Brothers, sisters, kings, queens. It's your boy MT Doozy coming back to you with another video. This is the third video I've shot. Hey, but anyways, let's get it. Back with another video. Check the cap. Oof, you feel me? I don't know what they call this, the 6-pack something. But straight from Polo. You know, I didn't get this one recently, but yeah, it's one of my recent caps, my most recent. Back to you with another topic. Women are not direct. All first time viewers, all returning subscribers, shout out for checking me out. Yeah, I feel like I have no excuse for, not shooting a video in weeks. Other than the fact that I didn't want to. But I'm back and I'm better, baby. Let's get it. Women are not direct. Most women are not direct. Let me not stereotype. Most women. Most women want you to see in between the lines. This is what you must understand as a guy. I feel like this applies to brothers, right? Women get themselves because they are like, they understand each other. But as for guys, it's confusing, but you have to understand women are not direct. Most women are not direct. So let me just talk facts. There's a lot of girls I want to talk about, a lot of people, but let me start with, I'm just going to name them girl 1, girl 2. Girl 1, right? Girl 1, this girl, I remember she sat next to me, right? I was at the library. She sat next to me, we talked, we chopped it up. Yeah, she sat next to me, we talked, we chopped it up. Then from there we developed a bond. Let me just say, like, it was no friendship, no relationship, but from there it was a bond, right? And this bond, it's at a place now where we don't speak, right? But what I remember about this girl is she wasn't direct, right? I remember she said she had a boyfriend, right? As time went, there's a time we had met up, like we met up a couple times, not a lot, right? But there's a time we had met. She's like, you know what? Me and my boyfriend broke up. He went overseas. I'm like, what? You guys broke up overseas? Oh yeah, and what shocked me about that, I was like, so quick, and also like, I was like, are you over it? Yeah, I'm over it. I was like, in my mind, the first thing that I thought was, you know what? She didn't have a boyfriend, like. But I guess that was her way of, like, kind of, like, even though I didn't, like, mac on her, right? It was like her way of kind of positioning herself so she has respect. If you get me, like, that was her angle. So yeah, she was on something like that, and me and my boyfriend broke up. Also, there was a time we were talking, right? And this is not the whole conversation. There's a lot to this girl. There's a lot of good she did. But I just want to show you examples of how women are not direct. We were talking, right? Then she's like, me, when I like a guy, me, I tell him. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, me, I tell him. But the whole time I suspect she liked me, but because think about it, which girl comes and sits next to you? Brothers, let me know. Now that I like looking at things from an innocent perspective, right? Because I am a saint at the end of the day. But like, I'm wise enough to know, like, okay, she likes me, right? You can tell when a woman's interested in you. So yeah, it's like the whole time she liked me, but she played it off as, even her approaching me, she approached me on some, you look like this type of guy, I want to learn from you. I won't say about what, but basically, you feel me? So, yeah, like women aren't direct. That's one thing you have to understand. What else? Ah, man, it was just a whole scandal, man, with this lady, with this girl. Let me say that. Like, oh yeah, like I wanted to hug her, right? This is the first time we spent time together. Like after we had spent the time, I went in for a hug. She denied me, but then she was on some. Later she sent a message on some. Oh, I don't like to be touched. It's like, which is, I still believe is bull, right? It's bull, but yeah, like you see, that's just the type of ways women aren't direct. Girl too. There's a girl I approached earlier this year, right? She's, I won't lie, like I don't want to speak bad about her, right? Let me say, like her face beautiful, right? But like her in terms of a package, face and body, she doesn't touch an 8 to rate her Connolly. But she's beautiful, right? Like a lot of guys will fall for her. Like also with me, like I still find her attractive, but like because now I got used to her, I've seen her a lot. It's like, okay, she's nice, but she isn't that nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect and no bad blood because she rejected me. But yeah, when I had asked her out, she was like, because I was like, it's Valentine's coming up, you feel me? Let me take you out. And she's like, And like, in me, I wanted to do the whole, why? Because I could see she was playful with it, right? But, yeah, it's like, for me, I was like, nah, let me just let it pass. Only to find out that, okay, I can't tell you what I found. Anyways, only to find out that she has a man, right? But she didn't say that she had a man when she said no. She wasn't just direct, like she was, in my opinion, kind of playing safe, right? Not saying, no, I have a boyfriend, just playing it like, no, hoping I would come back. And, if I feel like I wasn't as interested in her. I wasn't willing to chase. So when she had said no, I was like, okay, now it's the end for me. But one of my brothers was like, she wants you to go after her. And that's what she was probably expecting, like for me to keep pressing her, right? But for me, I was just like, nah, like, I say this with all respect, like she wasn't worth it, right? You feel me? So I was just like, nah. But yeah, like, you see, girl 3. And this is no bad blood with girl 3, but girl 3, we started off as friends. But what ended up happening is we went out. I won't say it was a date, right? On my side, it was innocently. I won't tell you, like, okay, I won't say it's a long story, right? So I can explain that. I can explain why I took her out. But it was nothing romantic, you feel me? Like, it was nothing I want to really make her mine. You feel me? But then we went out, right, on a date. I wouldn't say it's a date, but like went out on a date. Matter of fact, it was 2, right? Hey man, just give me a couple of minutes, yeah. I ain't trying to talk right now, man. But yeah, man, them stories are worth telling, man. Worth telling. That's just the reality of things, brothers and sisters. You get a little water in it. Yeah. Let's get it. So, girl number 3, we went out on a date. You could say 2 dates, right? But it wasn't dates. But you feel me, like what ended up happening is, for me, because I was innocently pursuing friendship, she wasn't, she wasn't like, talking to me as much as I talked to her. And I saw this, right? I'm not someone who's dumb. So I was like, okay, she's made it clear that she doesn't want to be my friend. Like, I'm forcing it now. And on the second time we went out, she was on some, I let all my friendships flow. If God is telling you we're not supposed to be friends in this season, so let it be. So for me, right, like, I went home. I decided, right, because, like, me consulting with God, I might pray on a matter, but it's me believing that I'm making the right decision. So it's like, my decision was, okay, there's no such thing as seasonal friends for me. So I was like, okay, I sent her a message. Okay, it's clear we're not going to be friends. Tell me what I did wrong. Then I won't text you again. Which she never responded, right? But, it just goes to show, like, women are not straight up about things. When I was talking to my brothers, right? They were on some, we thought you guys were a thing, right? You taking her out. But I was like, nah, it was purely platonic. But then, like, when they said that, I remember her when she came the first time we went out, right? Like, things were different. Like, you could just see, like, she was more conscious. It wasn't two friends eating out. For me, it was, right? Like, but, like, I'm thinking back and I can remember, I won't even lie to you, like, there was a shift. There was this, like, she was asking me more personal questions. So how's your relationship with God? This. But I didn't take it as, I took her out, I'm trying to pursue something more. But you see, the thing is, also with her, she wasn't direct to be like, do you want me? Or, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's just where it went wrong. The whole thing was confusing, right? But at the end of it, like, I don't know her reason for ghosting me. It doesn't matter now, but I think, one of the things is, like, for me, is she can't be direct about how she was feeling or the situation. That's the reason for ghosting me. It's like, rather ghost me and let it be. Which is, like, this person, I don't like that we attend kind of the same events. So, hey, that's why it's like, but, at the end of it, it's like, there's no bad blood, but, like, me and her will, from my point of view, will never be cool, right? Obviously, we're both believers, both kingdom citizens. But, like, I won't just be, like, live in peace with her, like, you know what I'm saying? But you see, the thing is, I feel like she wasn't direct with me. Like, if she had sensed, or if she felt like I was going after her, why didn't she say, like, oh, what's happening? I thought you wanted friendship. Because she also had asked me, she's like, do you think guys purely pursue friendship with women? I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, most guys don't, because let's talk the truth, most guys don't know God, right? So if you don't know God, sex is what you want from a woman. So with me, I know God, right? And although I'll be sexually attracted to a lot of women, I'm able to tame myself. I'm able to just be friends with nothing more with a woman. But yeah, like, this is just a story on some women ain't direct. Fourth one, I want to talk about my mom. Like, my mom, like, this is one thing that I hate about her. She's not direct. like, I think it's just inherent in women. Women are not direct, and that's our superpower as men. To be real, to confront a matter straight up, you feel me? But like, yeah, like, my mom always beat around the bush for me. Like, for example, she'll be like, oh yeah, so she'll be like, did you do such and such? And I'm like, nah, I didn't do. She's like, why? I reminded you yesterday because I wanted you to do. But I was like, you didn't remind me saying that. Like, she's just not direct, you feel me? Like, everything of hers is not direct. She's like, for example, right, like, and this is how I've personally dealt with such issues, because it was my way of teaching her to be direct. But she'll probably be like, Duduzi, will you wash the dishes or must I? And I'll be like, nah, you can wash them, you feel me? Because I wanted her to change that. Rather be like, okay, please wash the dishes. Don't put it on you. Because I'll be like, yeah, you can wash the dishes. Then, that's when, like, maybe she'll get angry. She's like, oh, what do you want to do? Like, what do you guys want to do in this house? I'm like, what do you mean? You said, should I wash them or you? And I was like, I said you should wash them. But you see, you understand what I'm saying. It's like, she's mad at me because I didn't pick it up. Like, and like, this is what stood out. Like, she ain't direct, you feel me? Like, with so many things, it's like, it's crazy. Like, her whole language is indirect. Another thing, like, okay, that's the fourth person. Fifth, there's this one girl I met on my birthday, right? Man, I liked who she was. It's just there's certain aspects I don't like about her. But yeah, like, the way we had started talking, because we met each other face to face, she was on some, it's just always indirect. It's like, wait, I just want to think clearly of this. Yeah, she was on some, oh yeah, like, oh, you're looking good. Has any woman approached you? Have you approached any woman? I believe she liked me, right? But this is how she went about things. Woo! Forgive me. But yeah, like, has any woman approached you? Has any baddies approached you? Them baddies? Because I was head to toe in polo. And yeah, like, she was just, if she had maybe been like, you know what, I find you attractive. But like, this is not women. Like, women are indirect. I feel like this is our superpower as men, being direct. Telling a girl what we want. But then again, you can't be too direct, right? Because there's certain levels of truth that people, I won't say people can't handle, but that are offensive, right? It's like, it's better to be like, your breath ain't smelling too good. Other to be like, your breath stank. You feel what I'm saying? It's better to be like, I don't find you attractive. Rather to be like, you ugly. It's better to be like, I feel like you're overweight, than to be like, you're fat. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's the way you put it. But yeah, it's like, women on direct is, yeah, so this sister, like, she was just beating around the bush with it, you feel me? And yeah, like, what I remember, I was like to her, there's a whole conversation we're having. Then she's like, she's like to me, my man knows when I cheat. And I was like, have you ever cheated? She's like, physically no, but emotionally yes. I was just like confused, because I don't know, women, with us men, it's like, I feel like there's no emotional cheating. It's like, if I find you attractive, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's always, our cheating is sex based. You feel me? Like, with women, they can cheat emotionally. You feel me? We don't just view it the same, right? But like, that was her response. And for me, like, I thought that was about me, honestly. Like, I was like, oh, this is what she means. Like, she finds me attractive. She hasn't cheated on her man, right? Because first time I spoke to her, she never mentioned she had a man. But this is her way of describing emotional cheating. Anyways, what else? There's a friend I have, and it's just like her questions are always indirect. She's like, Doozy, you're gonna end up putting every girl in the friend zone. Like, you don't know, maybe your wife will be, you might put your girl or the woman you like in the friend zone. I was like, nah, I doubt it. But for me, when I heard that, I understood that, oh, okay, she likes me, right? And this is me, like, just jumping to conclusions. This is what I like to do these days. I was like, okay, she likes me, we're friends, but she's mentioning that, okay, you know what, I like you, we're friends, but we're in the friend zone, right? I am in the friend zone for you, so you're not seeing me because you've put me in the friend zone. Whereas, truth is, there's a reason she's in the friend zone, right? Also, with girls putting guys in the friend zone, it's not like guys don't qualify. It's like because they don't want them. Honestly, with me, I don't want her. That's why she's in the friend zone. Honesty is like, there's no other way to put it. If I was interested in her, I would have been pursuing her. If you made it clear that I want you. But yeah, man, just I've grown to realize women are not direct. There's another girl. So many girls, right? Like, I don't want to name. I will try to tell a lot of stories, but there's too many to tell. There's another girl. We were texting, right? So what ended up happening, I asked her a question. She said, you know what, I'll get back to you. Then she didn't reply to me, right? Because I blue ticked the message. So I was like, okay, she'll get back to me. Whereas she never replied. And when I called her out, she's like, don't expect a reply from me. But like, I was honestly on some, what the hell? You said you were replying, now you're not going to reply. But when I talked to one of my girlfriends about it, right? She was on some, she was thinking that you were starting a conversation. But when you didn't actually reply to the message that she said she'll reply, she's like, oh, he doesn't want to talk to me. He's just asking me a question. But you see, if she was more direct, there wouldn't have been no hiccups. It's just, hey man, like, I've just grown to understand that it's not in a woman to be direct, right? There's another sister, right? She had said, you know what, I'm working on myself. I don't want to be friends because I'm working on myself. 1, 2, 3. I've grown to understand that she might have been pure, but like, she didn't want to be my friend. She didn't know how to tell me, right? And like, I see it as, this sister, she kind of found me. She saw me as potential, but she didn't want me, but she didn't know how to tell me because I won't say friendship, but our bond was so emotional based. It was like, she couldn't just straight out be like, you know what, I don't like you, right? So she had to try let me down in the easiest of ways. Yeah, there's this one sister. Crazy story. I was waiting on a taxi, right? Then she also came to wait on a taxi. So it was just two of us. And it's awkward because when someone comes and stands next to you, I look to her to greet her, right? I had my cap like this. This is my signature, you feel me? Like, this is what I've just come to, be the person I've come to be. But like, yeah, anyways, I looked at her and she didn't look at me. I was like, you're making it in my mind. I was like, now it's awkward because I wanted to greet you, just, because we're two people here. Anyways, okay, I'm like, okay, she didn't look back to greet me. I'm like, okay, be waiting. Out of nowhere, she's like, hey, I requested an Uber. It's gonna cost us such and such. Are you going where are you going? Where you going? I was like, yeah, I'm going here. She's like, yeah, I'm also going there. Yeah, let's go catch the Uber. Let's go catch it there. So the whole thing was like, what the, but like, you feel, because I feel like I didn't want to, like, in the moment I could have been like, no, like, I'm not getting in an Uber with you. But because I'm a man, right, like, there's no ways like she could kidnap me or anything. As well as I'm not so, like, maybe if I had a girlfriend, like, I would have been like, okay, I see what's happening. Nah, like, it's better. Like, she didn't even ask me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't blame her, like, but this is just the reality. So I'm like, okay, you know what, whatever. And the Uber cost more than the taxi. So I was contemplating it. I was like, called an Uber for us. She's going here. Okay, we're going to the same place, but it's like, it's more than the taxi. And as she said that, a taxi came. So it was like, but I was like, you know what? Let me go with her because she already requested. She came up with this plan, right? I go with her. We get to talking. Right? We get to talking. Obviously, what do you do? That's like the number one question for girls. If they find you interesting, man, what do you do? And that's what I've seen, man. But anyways, you get to chop it up, right? Let me quickly. Aish. We get to chop it up. I want to open the windows, but I also don't want them lurking on the conversation I'm having with y'all. Yeah, we get to chop it up. Then I tell her, I'm a man of God. That day I even had on a suit, you feel me? Yeah, then she was also talking about how she was raised in church. I don't wanna sound disinterested because despite everything, I think she's a good person, right? Like, honestly, I don't find her physically attractive, so we can't, like, I won't pursue her. But like, I think she's a good person. I think she's nice, you feel me? Like, I think that's the best words I can use, respectfully. But yeah, we get to talking, and one of the things she said to me, she's like, like, I feel like, I believe I'm handsome, right? But I feel like people look at my handsomeness. People look at, like, even the other girl, right? The other girl who I was talking to that said, oh yeah, she was basically asking me, have women approached you? Who I said she had a boyfriend, right? She's the whole emotional cheating. I was wearing my cap like this when I saw her. Hey man, it was my birthday. I was feeling myself that day, right? But regardless, this is how you'll find me, right? But yeah, she was like, yeah, we get to talking. I'm like, yeah, I'm a man of God. What? You, God? Like, I don't believe it. But I understand because I don't look up a specific way, right? It doesn't say man of God. But I am a son of God, if you're a child of God, a man of God. But yeah, so also with her, like, I had mentioned I'm a man of God, and she was, oh, really? No, we get to talking. But then what she said, one thing I remember, she was like, but you can't be a man of God and you smoke and you drink and you sleep around. Right? She said it in general. But for me, I understood. She's like, oh, okay, because of how I look, right? Probably my handsomeness. she suspects that I'm smoking, I'm drinking, I'm sleeping around. So it's like it's something, as I've saying, like I've grown to understand women are not direct. Or I'll say most women, right? There's another girl I had met. You know, like in this, I feel like I understand because there's not a lot of saints in this world we are living in, right? So there was this one woman, this one girl. I won't say woman, like I feel like I refer to women, to a girl. I call girls women when they're older, right? But like if you're around the same age, it's a girl. But yeah, like there's this one girl I didn't approach her, right? Same situation. I was waiting for a taxi. She comes, she stands right next to me. I look at her because it's like there's only two of us waiting to catch this taxi. You know, she wasn't looking back. I'm like, hi. You know, like I had steers that day. I approached her on some, do you want? Because I had extra chips. I was like, do you want to eat with me? She's like, oh, no. I'm like, oh, what's your name? Then, like, before she gave me her name, she was hesitant. She was like, my name is P, right? My name is P. We get to talking. Then, you know, like, good conversation. She opened up, man. Like, whoa. She opened up. She shocked me, you feel me? And because, like, she was so reluctant at first. Yeah, like, so we in the taxi and she gets off before me, right? So before she gets off, she was like, oh yeah, I'm getting off here. I'll see you, or bye. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. So when she had gotten off, I had the choice. I was like, do I get off with her? Right? Because for me, in all honesty, right, I was talking to her to make conversation. It's not someone I found attractive. Like I have this thing now. It's only recently, you know, like if I don't find you attractive, I'm not gonna pursue you. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it so happens that in other circumstances I get to see your personality and it supersedes your looks and I'm still down, you know, to pursue you, okay. But like with her, not to say she was ugly, but I just didn't find her, you know, like I want someone that is attractive. Simple put, like her, she was nice, but she wasn't like what I wanted, right? So when she had said that, like she's getting off, like I had the choice, in my own opinion, on some, do I get off with her? Do I walk her? Do I just get her number? But then I was like, you know what? Yeah, like when she got off, I said bye. She got off. So, but for me, it was like she wasn't, like in that situation, she couldn't be direct. It was gonna be hard for her to be like, let's get off, I'm getting off here. But for me, it felt like when she got off, it's like I should have got off with her. But yeah, that was also kind of another indirect, you know. That was a crazy one, man. Just I remember how I felt after not getting off with her. I was just like, damn, dude. I like, nah, keep it pushing, you feel me?